The impossible triangle is an optical illusion that is quite simple to draw once you know what to do, but it is called impossible because it is a shape that if it existed in 3D would not be able to exist. In other words, you can't make it into a 3D shape, but you can draw it. So the first step is to draw a triangle where each of the sides are of equal length, and then, once you have this, draw the three sides of the triangle again inside the first triangle. This will make an inner triangle in the center of the lines that you've drawn, and also in the corners there will be crossovers at each of the three corners. Next, draw another three lines inside this new inner triangle, keeping the width or the spaces between each line even. Again, this will make another new center triangle, which will also have three corners where the lines will cross over. So once you have done this, the next thing to do is to draw three short lines at each corner, making three mini triangles. Now these are all the lines that we need to create this impossible triangle. We just need to know which ones to darken and which ones to erase. So for this drawing, I start by darkening the middle line on the right, all the way down until it hits the first horizontal line. It's important that you stop at that point. Next, I'm going to darken that horizontal line until it meets an upright line. The next step is to darken the outer right-hand side line of the original triangle up to the little tiny triangle that we created in the corner. Next, what we'll do is darken the middle inside line on the left, and we'll do that all the way down to the bottom line of the original triangle. And then that bottom line can be darkened all the way to the right just before it reaches the tiny triangle in the corner. Next, we'll darken the left-hand outside line, which is part of the original triangle. And hopefully at this stage you can start to see some of the illusion. So I'll just darken the right-hand corner of the new impossible triangle, and then I'll darken this middle line of the bottom of the new triangle that we're creating. Now if you just look at the shape for a second, you can see that the triangle that we're creating has three lines to give it a thickness. So next we're going to start with the top inner triangle and darken the line on the left until it meets the middle line of the horizontal line. And then the last line to darken is this line on the right of the inner triangle. So the next step now is to use an eraser and carefully erase lines which we haven't darkened, the original lines which we no longer need. So I start this by erasing the corner triangles, which are just two small lines which we don't need in each of the corners. And then with each of the corners in the impossible triangle, there will be a group of two short lines in one bar, as it were, and then one single line which makes a funny little triangle in the corner. So the little faint line in the corner needs to go, and the two sort of parallel lines need to go as well. And then we've got our impossible triangle. The next step is to add some tone, and to do this we'll start by working into one of the inner corners and start by using a soft pencil like a 4B pencil and create a very dark tone in the corner, and then gradually grade the tone out, so by the time it's halfway along the length of the line, it's sort of petered out into just the tone of the paper. We repeat this in the other two corners, so we've got three corners which start dark, and they're all not at the edge of the impossible triangle. To achieve this graded tonal effect, it's just a matter of pressing down quite evenly with the pencil so that there aren't too many lines between the shade that you're doing. But as you go along the length of the triangle, you just press slightly more softly until you're hardly touching the paper at all, and you just go from one side to the other, and that will create this graded illusion. So next we'll repeat this process on the triangle, starting with the bottom right hand corner, starting very dark and then grading it across. And this will complete one side of this three-sided triangle. The next step is to repeat this process starting at the top outside corner of the triangle and grade it across again. And then to finish off the triangle, we'll shade in the outer left-hand side of the triangle in the same way as we did the other two sides. I hope you find this little video useful so that you can really understand how to draw this triangle and create the illusion for yourself. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel Circle Line Art School for a new how to draw video each week. If you like this video and find it useful, please give it a thumbs up and a comment. Thank you very much again for watching, and see you next week.